guys, welcome back. A little bonus video for you. I look lovely, I know. I just came back from a walk and I wanted to not look decent, I wanted to feel decent. Um, Loki gave me a dream, not yesterday, kind of this morning. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, we had an argument, so I was like, I don't care. And what it was the strangest thing. It was like all kind of gray tone. And it was this like sort of like like a chicken plank, chicken finger, whatever you want to call them. Not a chicken nugget, but like a chicken strip. It was one of those like floating in midair, but it was all gray, kind of almost done like cartoon style. And it was wearing a VR helmet, and I'm like, what? What is this about? Well, one, somebody wanted his chicken. And two, when Loki agrees to something right away, I know he's really not agreeing at all. And when I said I was quitting the main channel, I was like, he agreed right away. I knew he wasn't really agreeing because when he agrees right away, I know it actually means I'm going to do something to make what I want happen, which is what he does. And what he actually meant was go ahead and play like VR and play what you want, but kind of be in that gray area. Don't be totally white, sanitized, acceptable for 4-year-olds to watch, and don't be totally the other way, totally hardcore, nothing but wall-to-wall violence, profanity. Kind of be in that gray area. And I agree, because I'm restructuring the channel, and I was like, well, if it was a channel for 4-year-olds, obviously I would never curse, and I would never play mature games, and I never do this and that. But if it's going to be a gaming channel towards teens and adults, now that I'm like trying to move it forward, I can play whatever I want. If I end up playing G-rated games from time to time, that's fine, but it gives me more creative flow, because I can play the games I want now, and I don't have to worry about the content. And YouTube's not going to like that, because there are a lot of games coming out that have a lot of mature content that deal with serious issues like abuse, assault, stuff like that. But there's a reason they're in there. It's not like they're in there to like glorify it. It's they're in there as part of like psychological horror. Somebody had made a video about whether or not Resident Evil is horror, the game series. Of course it's horror, it's psychological horror. You see, like in the latest game, Resident Evil 7, the Biohazard game, if you haven't seen it and you don't care to see it, spoiler alert, you see a very loving, kind family torn apart when they cross paths with a experimental creature, some would say, and all it really is it's this little girl, and she's been made to be a destructive weapon, and she ends up with this family, and her handler, something happens to her handler, I forget what, playing the game too, but in the end, she's really not all that bad either, because all she wanted was a family. She was designed to kill, and she was designed to corrupt, but all she wanted was a family. And that's the psychological horror portion. It's horrible. Nobody wins. It's not like a feel-good horror as it used to be, where there was pure evil in the monster and pure good in the humans, and humans won, yay. That hasn't been around for about 40 years. Now everything's kind of in that gray area where the humans might actually be worse than the monsters, and the monster might actually, in many ways, be misunderstood. So, yeah. And I think that's what's going to work for that channel. And I appreciate the dream now that I actually understood it. But he'll do that. It's like Loki varies with absolutely everybody. I can't stress that enough. I mean, the way he acts with me is not the way he's going to act with anyone else. Because with me, we curse at each other. We, good-naturedly. And we tell each other off good-naturedly, and we'll like squabble, stuff like it. It doesn't get, like violent. We're not throwing stuff at each other or hitting each other or anything like that. It's just, squabbling. Like some couples are, like every 5 minutes at each other. Sometimes it's like that. naturally, if I'm my natural self on that channel and on this channel, I'm gonna drink too much coffee and curse from time to time and do whatever. But that's how I naturally am. If I start acting really sweet and really kind, and I love the whole world and all that, worry about me. Ask me what's wrong, because that's not normally me. Normally me is First Amendment rights. I believe in gun control because I hit what I aim at, and so forth and so on. I like to play shooter games. What does that tell you about me? But you know, it's all in good fun. If you take shooter games seriously, then yeah, maybe you need some help. But for me, it's all in good fun. It's a great way to let out tension. They're entertaining. They're a fantasy. They're not reality. So there you go. So I hope you guys liked the dream. And yeah, I'm doing much better. But it was kind of like I had to let the natural me out, not be so overly politically correct, so to speak, as YouTube wants us to be. They kind of want us to be over sanitized now, and that gets a little cloying and a little annoying. And it gets, if you're actual human being, it gets to be stupid, because I usually watch channels where if you watch Cinema Sins or you watch College Humor, they have plenty of content aimed at the right audience. It's not aimed at 4-year-olds. So there you go. So if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.